Hello, 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 and welcome to Noemi, Oracle Priestess, Bear of Victory channel. And for those of you who already know me, what's up? And for those of you who don't, welcome, welcome, welcome. So let's just start out with a couple things here that I wanted to share. This is the energy of Scorpio. Remember, energy, not zodiac, but it could be. Okay, it could be for you if you have Scorpio highly aspected. Um, Energy readers vary, and different things prompt us. And so for me, Scorpio energy often has to do with institutional things. Okay, so it could be on a micro level or it can be on a macro level. Okay, so just depending. Um, this message is timeless, and if you came here, there must be something for you. Okay, so I just want to say, um, I am in law school. I'm in my second year. I'm a 2L, and here is my midterm prep. And this is only one of the patterns. That I'm going to be practicing all weekend. My first midterm is going to be on March 10th for property law. And let me tell you, the biggest feat has not been being a mother. It has been being a mother, having a job, a full-time job. It's a full-time business that I run, an advocate, and being a law student. Being a law student is hard because there's a lot that you must sacrifice as far as family stuff, birthdays, funerals. Um, there's a lot of pressure to perform well, and there's a lot of competition. Okay, so during this time, it could be you, a Scorpio, or somebody in Scorpio energy that you are fighting. Also, there could be a situation regarding an inheritance or property. So, um, some of you could be worried about um, some jail time or somebody in your family about some jail time due to some possession. Okay, so we'll pray at the end and I'll get this out of our way. But also, I wanted to highlight since we're talking about macro things, I wanted to highlight false prophets. This is a subject that came out a while back for me. It's not something that I've readily thought about. It was just like all of a sudden I started feeling some crazy stuff. And I'll put the false prophets little rant that I went into. I think it's been more than a year or at least a year or something like that, but it's been a while. Um, and I realized that what I was feeling was real, but it was something that as a world, a nation, as a people would be experiencing on a macro level. So it's just really interesting. I'm Catholic. Um, I'm a Catholic Christian. I'm not Christian enough for Christians. I'm not Catholic enough for Catholics. Um, I just love the Most High God. And I respect all people from all walks of life, from any religion. And so it's hard for me to understand other people's position. So I won't, judge as I would be judged, or as many of you may feel judged for believing whatever it is that you believe. But with that, I say, um, whoever you are, that wants power and wants control, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get that power and control over people who are willing to stand up for other humans. Okay, so if you stand up for other humans and you stand up for what's right, whatever that may be mean to you. It may not be right for me or may not be right for the next person, but if you're doing good and you're doing what you feel like is the Most High God's work, then you continue. Because what's coming for those false prophets, those false prophets that hide behind the Most High God's word or hide behind the most God's goodness, love, um, and use it for power, for personal gain. Um, that's what's coming. Okay. I found this drink. Um, was at I don't know. It was just really weird because I felt that energy shift and that energy shifted and then I found this drink and like actually there's a probiotics one and there's a energy one. So some of you could be taking care of your health more. Also, needing some energy, needing some, and some natural energy. So I've been talking about natural energy for like weeks now. But that shift, that reaping what you sow shift, I'm probably going to be talking about it and talking about it and talking about it because we are going to have a couple of shifts. But again, I say, nobody wishes any bad upon anyone else, but the wrath of God is on the loose. And so I say that in Scorpio. Um, yeah, and then I would kept hearing this song. So especially when it comes to love and relationships and those that maybe you broke somebody's heart or your heart got broken, just hang on to the good stuff. Take that good stuff with you, share the good stuff. I feel like that's the energy right now, those in Scorpio energy, because there's this song. Um, It's amazing how you knock me off my feet. When I think about you, my I can't like I don't remember every last word, but I remember this song. Um, I wanna know what makes you cry. It may not even say that, but like I think you guys know what song I'm talking about. Um, it's just and some of you could have found that love that hits everything. I know I've had it all along and it was right under my nose. And anyway, I don't even want to get into that la 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 energy. But yeah, so make sure that you're being prepared, that you're using all of your forms of protection. Know that even though those around you that are deserving this karma, reaping what you sow energy, because I use karma because it's a known word, but reaping what you sow, um, just make sure that you're standing firm with your boundaries that you've placed on your journey. And let's see what the dilemma could be for some of you. Let's see what the dilemma could be. What is the dilemma for Scorpio? Archangel Michael, please protect me as I channel the energy for Scorpio. There's some of you who could really be needing some validation. Um, I'm trying to keep fixing this camera situation, so bear with me, but we're gonna have to make it perfect. This wanted to flip over, it's direction. We have firm boundaries, direction. And there's another one because that one barely came out, so that's gonna be for some of you. And then most of you, defying adversity, right? Because that's what we were just talking about. Direction. Stand firm in who you are, what you believe, what that is. It doesn't matter. You're not hurting anyone. The other day, we were talking about the Hippocratic Oath and how it's not, something that is binded to law, but it's binded to a person's morality, a person's character. Okay, so what is that for you? What does that mean for you? And push forward on that. Stand on that business. Like, I do not know who I'm talking to, but and it could be that you've chosen a direction, You've beat adversity. I have 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, and 3, 3, 3, 3. So, um, the awakening, the illumination, the completion of a tough cycle, pure, utter hope. It feels good. We have heightened intuition. There's heightened emotions as well, but just go with the flow, okay? Your dream state could be really kind of training you to understand messages. Some of you could be coming onto messages, so you could be a messenger, um, psychic abilities. You're like that person that's like, every time I dream something, it comes true. Or I know I've seen this before somewhere. Yeah, those are gifts and use them wisely. And if not, just don't use them at all. But we are coming out of time of that whole winter is coming thing. Like it's obviously, spring is coming. However, even when we had spring, we felt like it was still winter. So we're coming out of that. Lots of you have a lot of growth that you've done with yourselves. Um, so that looks great. Let's see what love what we have with love. There is this song that's coming right now, one love, one love. We're happy to have just one love, one love, one love. That's for somebody. I don't know, I haven't heard that song in a long time. So it could be childhood things that you've been fighting, generational curses, things of that nature. Yeah, that sounds like all really general, but like this stuff is real. This stuff that you've been through, you're really coming out of it. We have continue with sage and blessing others. I have the number 21 and the crescent moon for those of you who follow moon phases. I also have revival. Okay. We have the number 4, and we do have divine feminine energy here. It doesn't mean that it's for only a woman or a man. Um, there's like also a pink aura because they're telling me to turn the pink on the lamp. I don't know. It's actually a lamp and a diffuser. So, I mean, if you want to comment about that. But anyways, I don't even know. But we got the eagle. We have growth and things are taking root, especially in the changes in your personal life. So let's go ahead and see what we have about love because they wanted to talk about first like protection, so sage. Um, and I have essential oil that's called clary sage. I love it. And this, I have different essential oils for different times. If you have any questions about any essential oils or crystal geoids, leave it down, comment down below. Happy to talk to you about it. Let's see what we have for love. Love of the self, a significant other love, you know, whatever you need. Let's see what we have. There's some root chakra work that's needing to be done for some of you. Um, I drink like watermelon juice with lime or lemon sometimes. Any foods that have red in them, that are red apples, beetroot is good, watermelon, that helps with your grounding. Okay. Also detox. It's gonna take a long time, but once your love comes in, um, I do see marriage. Okay. It could be some of you that are already married. Um, okay. And some of you who are looking forward to being married, and some of you are wanting to know if you are going to get married. So, yeah, there's passion, and it could be that you were set up by your friends, or it's somebody that your friends know, or that's how it'll be. Or you want your friends to check this person out. I don't know. Some of you are like, if my friends don't like them, sometimes that works, sometimes that doesn't. But also for most of you, it's you want to marry your best friend, okay? Which not your best friend right now in this moment. It's more like it will be like a friend, you get to know each other as friends, you do things nicely as friends. I also feel like it's somebody who's your opposite. Yeah, so we have romantic feelings and religious factors. So there's a revival. Okay, so in the beginning of the reading, we were talking about that. We're talking about institutional things, right? False prophets. So a lot of times, alignment also has to do with religious factors or non-religious factors, whatever you want to call them, whatever it is that you have as higher power. If those things don't align, usually there is, issues, but that doesn't mean you can't work on alignment. Now, never lower your standards or settle, but sometimes you can grow together. You can grow together in those factors. The romantic feelings keep you going. Okay. So I'm getting a phone call and I should have turned that off. I don't know if you guys can hear me right now. But hopefully the volume came back. If it was gone, I completely apologize for that. But there is a person that I met as a client that's very, very sweet. But I've figured out that she has like these little bad habits. Also, she's very worrisome. So if you're worrying, just stop worrying because that's probably why she's calling me because she's worried about something. Um, and crazy thing is, as I'm saying that and she was calling, it says pay attention to the red flags. Okay, so for some of you, that's what you're doing, but some of you, you need to do that because, like, that's what something about my husband's really good at reading people. I feel like my gift is like I can see the person's soul first, so it's hard for me to like get away from looking at that. But with her, I was like, oh my gosh, there's these red flags about her. I need to be careful. I can't answer the phone for her all the time. But she is sweet. So get to know people and look at their good attributes, but make sure that you have those boundaries, okay? Because like that's what's gonna protect you in your energy. Oh my gosh, and release your ex. Does your ex still call you so you could do stuff for them? This actually came up in a session with one of my spiritual investments clients. But it's also something that I do too. Like, not only one of my exes, there's two of them. And it's like, I'm always helping them, but I mean, I know my husband doesn't mind, but it is a little annoying because you're like, seriously, but at least one of them, they do pay me. So for like my services or whatever. But anyhow, let's release them. Let's make them work for what they need to do. Okay, this could even be like not even a romantic ex, it could be a friend, your ex-friend, so calls you for advice when you're like, wait, I thought we weren't talking. Um, but yeah, it's definitely safe for you to love. And I'm hoping that you guys are, working on that self-love. Let's cleanse the energy. Let's cleanse. Let's take a moment of time to just, work through those fears to release any of that. So let's release our exes. Let's call our power back. Let's just marvel in this moment, in this second. Pure blessings, pure revival. That is how we manifest. You breathe through times and then you smile, okay? Because you are worth it. You are worth it. And then whatever you have to give, others will come also onto you. Okay. Let us see what totem that Scorpio energy is working with. That's in the energy a lot, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. If this part doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. You know, take what resonates and put it to work or come back to it because, like I said, this is a timeless reading. So whatever doesn't resonate for you now could resonate for you later. I got the butterfly. Transformation, joy, lightness, rebirth, the metamorphosis of caterpillar. We were talking about this, I feel like, in the last reading, um, the butterfly, and the transformation, the cocoon. Look how beautiful. Look at that. Yes. Okay. We won't go into it. If you want me to share the butterfly with you, you can comment down below and I'll be happy to. And we have the eagle, and we talked about the eagle earlier, right? So power, creation, illumination, exploration, and also the eye of God, the Most High God. Okay. And like I said in the comments, if you want me to tell you more about the eagle or you want to text me, happy to talk to you. And we have the hawk, which is my totem. If I tell you guys the story about the hawk, we'll be here all day. But I had very intense encounters with the hawk. And it's my very first totem, and it stays with me. Sometimes we have different totems at different times in our journey. And some of them stay with us and, but healing, vision, rebirth, spirituality. You know, just see where it fits for you. So we have, I think this is the way, yeah. The Hulk, the Hawk, not the Hulk. Anyway, that's probably for somebody. And then we have the eagle. Okay, like I said, if you want to know more about those totems for Scorpio energy, just let me know. Let's go ahead and close with two messages, a message from your ancestors, and then we'll see what ascended masters have for you. Okay, but I saw the eagle again. Yep, look, the eagle. That's from your ancestors. See from a higher perspective. But also I feel like it's like you are being seen from a higher perspective, from a higher level of consciousness, but also taking the higher road, looking at things from a different perspective, or you will be. Okay? Let's see what the Ascended Master message is. Should be really trying to balance your career and your finances. You'll be working on that or have. Okay, so it could be a confirmation or it's just this is yes, things are going to get better for you. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. If I could sing, I wouldn't be, in law school, right? I'd be checking my ass somewhere. Oh. What's happening? Oh my gosh. Anywho, sassiness just like blurted out. Let's see. Archangel Michael, please protect me as I channel this energy for the Ascended Masters, block any interferences. Let's see. Yeah, your journey seems like to be a very long journey. But there's multiple transformations, and there we go. And what do we get? Balanced career and your home life, like I was saying. Okay. So there's a freedom, a liberation, and work with the power of joy. You got that joy, joy, joy down in your heart. I feel like joy came out, that song came out, or maybe it was just me having a dream. I don't know. But the sun is here. For a lot of you, as above, so below, so it'll be a while. And remember, every chance you get to be a teacher and a student, take that chance and see who that teacher is for you, and make sure you're being grateful, grateful, grateful. Um, Anytime you need anything, if there's something I can do, please contact me in the comments down below. My cell phone should be somewhere. But if there's anything that I wish is, I hope I helped heal at least one person in the world today, and I hope it was one of you. Thanks for watching. Bye.